Hey, how's it going everyone? It's Andrew from Andrew's Aviation, and welcome to another trip report. Today, as you've probably guessed from the title cause y'all can read, we'll be checking out Delta's Comfort Plus service on their CRJ900 from Detroit to Indianapolis. This will be just a short overview of their short-haul experience and value on flights less than 2 hours. And I know that we all hate long, boring introductions, so let's get straight into the lit review. It's good to be back in Detroit. This is the airport I always flew out of as a kid. And yes, I'm old enough to remember those good old days with Northwest Airlines. This giant terminal, completed in 2002, was built pretty much for Northwest and other partners' sole use. Although everything's been taken over by Delta, the terminal is still one of travelers' favorites in the US to fly in and out of. The airport was even ranked 3rd for Best Large US Airport in 2019 by the Wall Street Journal. So yeah, the place is definitely worth paying a visit to, and not just for the coney dogs or the baked goodies at Zingerman's. But anyways, let's get back on track and actually talk about the ticket. There's a couple of ways that a passenger can fly in Delta's Comfort Plus seating without being a card holder or a standby passenger. They can either directly select the fare when booking their ticket, or they can purchase a regular economy ticket and upgrade their seat later. I went for the upgrade later option because it was just after Thanksgiving feast and I needed a bigger seat for my huge butterball belly. Since this was a short flight, I only paid about $35 for my upgrade. That might sound like a great deal, but this flight only takes just over an hour, so I didn't expect to get too much out of it. You do get some special treatment though, and that starts with priority boarding. You get to board after the first class passengers and before economy, which means more overhead bin space. There's even dedicated bin space for all the comfort passengers. But unfortunately, I'm stuck with a CRJ today, and although they're very safe airplanes, there's just not much space for, well, anything. So just because you have a ticket with dedicated bin space, it doesn't mean that your bag will automatically fit. There are still size and weight limitations. Alright, now that we're settled in, let's look at our seat. The main feature that Comfort Plus advertises is extra legroom, and that holds true for all aircraft. The official seat dimensions for the CRJ900 are 17.3 inches of width and 34 inches of pitch in Comfort Plus, compared to 31 inches of pitch in economy. But are those extra 3 inches worth it? I'll leave that up to you. Moving to the back of the seat in front of us, the tray table and the contents of the seat back pocket are exactly the same as in economy, except I had a little extra surprise waiting for me on my safety information card. Not to be entitled, but you'd think if you were to pay extra for some decent seating that it'd at least be clean. I don't even know who to be mad at for this one. Delta for not cleaning the seat, or the idiot who thought it was a good idea to put their freaking gum on the thing that most people touch. Maybe they forgot there's this new invention called a napkin that they should try out sometime. Anyways, in addition to the seat back storage space, Delta Comfort seats also have a little pocket on the side for your phone, and hopefully this one is, gross tissue paper. Okay, I'm definitely not putting my phone in there. You know, as the flight went on, I noticed more and more of how dirty this cabin actually was. Many places I looked there was dirt or trash on the floor, on the tray table, and places where you really shouldn't find it. As much as I love Delta, it's hard to let this one slide, but at least the seat I sat on was in good condition. But moving on from the gross stuff, it looks like the last part of the seat we have is the universal power outlet underneath, which you don't get in regular economy. And I'm happy to say that this feature worked well, unlike a few other things. Overall, this short-haul seat is really similar to the ones in economy. The only main differences are the extra pocket space, extra legroom, the garbage, and the power outlet. But of course, the seat isn't everything, so let's look at the onboard services. In Comfort Plus, passengers have access to special coffee, beer, wine, and other alcoholic drinks on flights over 350 miles. There's also special snack options such as fresh fruit on flights over 900 miles. Unfortunately, my flight was so short that the crew didn't even have a chance to start a beverage service, which means no getting drunk today. They were nice enough, though, to hand out a basket full of snacks to everyone in First and Comfort Plus, but not in economy for some reason. Now here's something that is included in the fare for all passengers, the onboard entertainment. I've gone over this system before, but basically Delta has a bring-your-own-device system on board their jets without seatback entertainment. You just pull your phone out, go to the website, and boom, you get access to hundreds of movies and TV shows. Just a friendly reminder though, make sure your device is configured to be able to access the entertainment before the flight if you can. Because if you don't, you'll have to waste time going through the boring process of the setup where you could already be watching fluffy kittens. And I know, every system isn't perfect, But the one weird thing about this flight is when I clicked on my flight map, the computer straight up told me that it's forbidden. This has become my worst fear now, my computer talking like my mother. And besides that, the available time in my flight wasn't even long enough to watch one movie, so I decided it was better to listen to my own music and put on the SpongeBob official soundtrack. For those who are wondering about in-flight Wi-Fi, comfort passengers still have to pay the same rates as those in the back. So I guess since I'm a broke student, I'll just have to wait to look up pictures of hot dogs until we're on the ground. Delta actually plans on making in-flight Wi-Fi free sometime in the future, so hopefully it'll be very soon that I can bring my Nintendo Switch on board and play online Super Smash Bros. Alright, now it's time for the big question. Was this upgrade worth it? I know this question can have multiple correct answers to it, so I'll give it from a short-haul perspective. I personally say yes because I love aviation and value the little things more than the average person. But for said average person, I would argue no. It's not worth the extra cash for a short-haul flight. I think to really enjoy the benefits, you'd have to fly Comfort Plus on a longer flight. Preferably one that's over 900 miles, and definitely on a newer and bigger aircraft. The new planes in Delta's fleet like the A220 and the 737-900ER are much better equipped for a diverse, enjoyable passenger experience. And as you guys saw, this flight was really just too short to enjoy any of that. It's kind of like going to Disney, but for only an hour. Sure, you can cram maybe 1 or 2 rides in while you're there, but it's not nearly enough time to really enjoy the experience. As for this flight in particular, it honestly wasn't one of my favorites. I'll sacrifice some quality for quantity sometimes like I did on Frontier, but this ticket wasn't exactly the cheapest ticket I've ever purchased, so I think it's fair to say I was a little surprised to find the cabin in the dirty state it was in, especially on a quality US airline like Delta. So that's my take on it. What do you guys think of Delta's short-haul Comfort Plus? Any thoughts, experience, or favorite SpongeBob episodes you'd like to share? Let me know down in the comments below. So that's it for me. I'm off to go break my New Year's resolution of eating healthy by consuming an entire large-sized milkshake all by myself. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to pound that like button and subscribe to Andrew's Aviation for more dank vids. And, as always, have a wonderful day everyone.